Hello, parents, and welcome to the All A's show. Is it okay to tell your teenager good job when they do good stuff? Can too many compliments be harmful? Can't positive reinforcement just be positive and not so complicated? Well, today, parents, I give you real information about praise. And I'm also going to give you a real formula to help you praise perfectly every time. We know that teenagers struggle with executive functioning like organization, time management, motivation, focus, and memory. So I have the top three best techniques to get your student organized, prioritized, and working their memory into high gear. Just click the link and download this packet of three checklists for nailing the Pomodoro, elevating the student planner, and learning deeply instead of this ridiculous memorization and regurgitation by using the Feynman method. I've curated the checklists, and so I want you to use them. Show them to your teen as well, and have your teenager decide which one they think is going to be best for them. So, parents, I got your back and I will help you. I'm always here to help you. So, it is really true that how you praise has the potential to build confidence and love of learning in your child, or praising the wrong way can actually break down your child into a fixed mindset where they resist learning and trying new things. It is true, the way you praise your child is very important, and I have a formula that works. So it's crazy to think that even the most benevolent intentions of a parent could unwittingly shake our child's confidence and reduce their interest in learning. Well, you're a good parent and you would never want that. And that's why I was so compelled to share with you the work by Dr. Carol Dweck. Carol Dweck is a Stanford University psychologist, and she proposed the theory of fixed versus growth mindset. I'm sure you've heard about it. A fixed mindset sounds like, oh, I'm no good at math, and so I'm not going to take trigonometry next year. The growth mindset would say, well, I did okay in Algebra 2, and even though trig is going to be tough, I can go to tutorials and there's always Khan Academy. I love. So there you have it. A fixed mindset says, I can't, end of story. And the growth mindset says, well, I can't yet. The growth mindset always is curious and wants to know and wants to grow. So Carol Dweck was also very instrumental in carrying out studies that showed very conclusively that when a parent or teacher praises the child instead of the child's action, there can be dire consequences. So I tell my parents, I want you to concentrate on praising the verb, not the noun. Praise the action, not the person, which would sound like this. Wow, Gavin, you did not ever relent during the game, even though the other team was up by 2 goals. So there you have praised Gavin's effort, stamina, and even emotional regulation, but you did not praise Gavin directly. That's good. That's how you want to do it. A non example would be, Gavin, I really think that you were quite possibly the MVP of that whole game. That's no bueno. Can you hear the difference? Praising Gavin as MVP is praising the person directly, and that's a no no. So another example could be, gosh, honey, you are so smart. Just look at your high grades. I'm pretty sure that you could handle some AP classes next year. That's no bueno. Don't do it like that. Instead, do your best to say something like this. Listen, honey, I know that you manage your time well and you aren't scared to ask for additional help, so those AP classes could be within your reach. There you have praised the teen's performance. You've praised how she manages herself, how she advocates for herself, and you did not praise the child directly. It's a very important distinction. Dr. Dweck's studies and other research as well, they show that when a student is praised for being smart, they no longer want to take on harder tasks because they don't want to look not smart. In a way, they've been labeled, even though it sounds like a compliment, and then the brain doesn't want to jeopardize that label, so it shuts down. But when a student is praised for working, for when they're praised for an action, uh, when they're praised for completing a hard task, then they actually turn around and want to do an even harder task. That's what the research shows. The evidence is bountiful. We have real data. And I tell my parents, praise the action and then get ready and look up because you're about to see still more of that action because it's like a virtuous cycle. Parents consider this a bit of research that's a real gift because so much of parenting is an art. But here, finally, we have a piece of science. We have a solid piece of science that we can confidently use. By praising our teens' efforts, their actions, their decisions, their intent, even, then we can expect a positive outcome. An outcome that isn't just blushed cheeks and "ah, shucks, thanks, mom," but a burgeoning brain that is going to look to do it again, to jump higher the next time, learn from mistakes, become more resilient, and welcome challenges. And of course, all of those traits are going to promote self confidence. And that is what all parents universally want for their children. So now you know there is no such thing as too much praise as long as it's done in in the right way, as long as you're praising the action and not the person. Are you going to sleep a little bit better, deeper tonight, knowing that you have a tool that you can use to build your child up and not break them down? So I sure hope so. Listen, mom and dad, we are all human. We are going to make mistakes. We are all going to manage to scar our children a little, hopefully just a little in some way or another, unintentionally. But at least with this one, I know you're going to get it just right. So please don't sign off just yet without gobbling up your three checklists for those three proven practice. Click the button now, the link, and it will take you to the Pomodoro, the planner promoted, and the Feynman technique. They all work really, really well. And if you have questions about how to use them, just let me know. Also, if I can help you modify those checklists for your neurodivergent student, just let me know. Have fun parenting. It is fun. And hug your child every day. Don't forget a day, even if they diss your hugs. And thank you for tuning in. Until next time, I wish you all A's in every endeavor.